Hey people, Duncan here. I'll talk to you right now about sanctuary in America, illegal immigration, Islam inside sanctuary, and how it's literally taking over this country. So let's start with sanctuary. Alright, sometime in the 70s, the American government decided it was a good idea to give sanctuary to certain so-called refugees from Mexico. They started pumping these people into our cities, which they later became known as sanctuary cities. Well, the more and more people, the more and more illegals that were thrown into these cities, the more and more need for more and more cities. So, as millions and millions of illegals literally entered our cities, our countries, there was more and more sanctuary cities popping up all over the country. Now, this continued to happen all the way up until basically President Trump. Now, in some parts it's still happening. Now, when you think of this, on top of this large population, you have Obama's so-called refugees, the Islamic refugees, and you're talking about another 10 million or so pumped all over the country into these sanctuary cities. Now, these Islamics are given the right to vote. They're given the right to go into public office, at least at the lower levels, the city levels. They're given the ability to change school curriculums, to change the way our schools are taught at school. Mainly, our children are being taught Islam at school, being taught Islam sensitive at school, and it just keeps getting worse. Now, this is all one big plan for the liberal globalist agenda. The idea was they were going to take out America without ever firing a gun. Okay, they do this by delegitimizing just about everything from religion, laws. They go and talk to the youth. They recruit. Suddenly, inside these same inner cities of sanctuary, you start getting groups like Antifa and BLM. Now you're looking at a city like Portland, a sanctuary city. Everybody's expecting Hillary to win. Everybody thinks Hillary's going to take America one step closer to globalism. She's going to try to ruin the American currency, change it to a global plastic, complete globalistic agenda. Only the American people stood up. The silent majority stood. And Trump won. Now, of course, they claimed he cheated and all that. Only every time they try to prove it, it just makes him look better and them look worse. Now, worried that the American people might buy into one of the greatest presidencies of all time, they began to enact their Operation Complete Subversion, which means they're going to attack In God We Trust. They're going to tear down monuments in the name of so-called slavery, even though millions and millions of blacks in the world are held by Islamics in places like Pakistan and Africa. They tear down these monuments, but they don't touch the mosques. They do this because they want to get their foot at the door. They want to get to the Constitution. They want to get to the forefathers. so they can rip apart our laws. As soon as they can rip apart our laws, they've infiltrated the laws, they've infiltrated the faith, they've infiltrated just about everything in this country that makes it America. They've subverted the youth into believing this is all okay, so they're raising the next generation of anti-Americans right here on our own soil. And that's why they have all these cities of sanctuary all over this country. Because when the time comes and the people are tired of it, and the people stand up, the American people say no more illegal immigration, no more 68 million people affected by it, no more 68,000 murders by the hands of it. The people stand up, and once that happens, they get scared. And once they get scared, you get a president who's bashed by the media, bashed by the entertainment world, the sports world, the political world. I don't know, it sounds pretty subversive. It sounds deep state to me. Listen, he's all about the American people. He's all about America first. Everybody else that's trying to stop him wants globalism. Are you American? That's the question. Thanks. Please comment, please share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Donkin out.